Thank you very much, councillors, members of senior staff, members of the gallery and the press. A very warm welcome to you for our September meeting of Temora Shire Council, and I declare the meeting open, and in doing so advise that this meeting is being recorded and will be placed on Temora Shire Council's webpage for public information. The Mayor and councillors are reminded of our oath and affirmation of office made under Section 23A of the Local Government Act 1993 and our obligations under the Council's Code of Conduct to disclose and appropriately manage conflicts of interest. And of course all of us that are present today are reminded that whilst we're speaking, we agree that our views and comments being recorded and will be published. You're also reminded that if or when that we are speaking, of course, that we're respectful to others and use the appropriate language, and Temora Shire Council accepts no liability for any defamatory or offensive remarks or gestures during this council meeting. I now invite the Reverend Nathan Manwaring from St Paul's Anglican Church to deliver us in our opening prayer. Thank you, Reverend.
Thank you. Lord, we thank you for the privilege of living in Temora Shire. We thank you for this place of peace and opportunity, for the residents and visitors who each play their part in making this a great place in which to work, learn and rest. Lord, we pray for our representatives in state and federal parliament, Steph Cook and Michael McCormack. We also pray for Premier Chris Minns, Leader of the Opposition Mark Speakman, for Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, Leader of the Opposition Susan Ley. Give them wisdom, humility, resilience and endurance. And we thank you for Premier Chris Minns' visit to Temora in August. Lord, we thank you for recent rain, and we pray for ongoing favourable conditions, that the land of our farmers may prosper and that our community may thrive. Bless our police force, paramedics, fire brigade and SES as they come to our aid. Bless the businesses of Temora Shire, the sporting and arts groups, voluntary organisations, aged care facilities and places of learning. Bless our medical, nursing and pharmacy staff as they care for us. As the ground is broken for the new hospital next week, we pray for efficiency and safety for all involved in its construction. We give you thanks for the work of our Temora Shire councillors, for the council management and staff. Give them alertness of mind, clarity of speech, patience and wisdom as they work together for the people of Temora Shire. May their work make a tangible difference and give them satisfaction. We ask these things in the name of the Lord Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Beautiful words, Reverend, and thank you very much. Always a lovely way to start a meeting. So thank you. You look very comfortable sitting around that chamber desk. Thank you, Reverend Manwaring. We now go to acknowledgement of country. As we begin our meeting today, Temora Shire Council acknowledge our traditional owners of Temora Shire's land and waters, the Wiradjuri people. We acknowledge their continued connection to country and culture, and we pay our heartfelt respects to elders both past and present, acknowledging their contribution to the Temora Shire community, a place we all call home. I do thank you. We go on to now apologies, and we have an apology received from Councillor Hawken. No further apologies. Someone care to move that that apology be noted? Thank you, Councillor Judd. Councillor Dukic moved. Seconded. All those of that opinion, please say aye. The contrary, no. Declare the motion carried. At this time, before we move on to declarations, I wish to acknowledge in the chamber we have a former long-serving Temora Shire councillor, Mr Graham Coates, in the chamber. It's great to have you back in the chamber, Mr Coates, after spending several terms as a dedicated councillor. So we bid you a warm welcome. And also to our immediate past at Temora Shire Visitor Information Centre Manager, Ms Pike. It's great to have you also in the chamber, and we bid you both a very warm welcome. It's also appropriate to acknowledge the new editor of the Temora Independent, Mr Noel Fisher. So on behalf of councillors, our staff, the gallery and our community, Mr Editor, we bid you a warm welcome to Temora Shire. Any declarations of interest at this time, please, councillors or members of senior staff?
Yes, Mr Mayor.
The Director.
Item 15.1.
Can you talk into the microphone, please?
Item 15.1.
Thank you, Mr Director. Further declarations at this time? If not, I thank you. Confirmation, please, of the August minutes of Temora Shire Council, that they be approved as a true and correct record, please. Thank you, Councillor Smith has moved that way. Seconded the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair. Moved and seconded. All those of that opinion, please say aye. To the contrary, no. Declare the motion carried. Thank you. Matters arising, Madam General Manager.
Thank you. Through you, Mr Mayor. No, there isn't.
No, thank you very much. Councillors, we now proceed. We don't have a mayoral minute in open. So we go to our business paper. So our white paper, business paper on page 8. We have the election of delegates, 7.1 committees and delegates for 2025. The General Manager, do you wish to comment at this time?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. No, I think the report is as written. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you. Councillors, just that there is precedent that if council so wished, that there could be a motion moved in block that the current delegates and committee members are reappointed for the ensuing 12 months, if that was council's wish. However, again, if there were some councillors that wished to come on or come off a particular committee, if that was permissible, then that was also an option. But again, if council would like to go one by one, then that is also a matter for council. So I'm in your hands. The Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I'm happy to move a block motion based on the last 12 months committees and so forth.
Thank you. So, thank you, Mr Deputy Mayor. So you're moving, if this is just some wording I've scribbled here, but seeing if you're happy with this, that the following councillor and staff delegates be reconfirmed for the ensuing 12 months. 1, external committees. 2, council committees. 3, statutory committees. 4, sunset committees. 5, section 355 committees, as noted in the report. General Manager, Madam General Manager, do you think that's an appropriate motion?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Yes, I think that would work. And we could note the actual names that are listed within the body of the resolution after the meeting, just to save some time tonight.
Yeah, thanks, Madam General Manager. So, Mr Deputy, that's just a suggestion for you to consider. Oh, sorry. The Deputy
Yeah,
Mayor.
Mr Mayor, I think that seems to cover all
Okay,
the...
so you're happy to move?
I'll move that way.
Thank you. So the Deputy Mayor's moved that way. Is there a seconder for the motion? Councillor Bushell.
Yeah,
Councillor
I'd like to second
Bushell,
that.
discussion on the motion.
Thank you. Just in the absence of Councillor Hawken, did he express any interest regarding being on any of these committees? And if that was the case, are we able to, in the future, renominate? How does that work?
Thank you, Councillor Bushell. The General Manager.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Councillor Hawken didn't, when he gave his apology to me, he didn't express a desire to be removed or added to any committees. And should we need to address committees in the future, that can be managed and reported back to council.
Thanks, Madam General Manager. Thank you, Councillor Bushell. Moved and seconded, and that is, again, that the committees and delegate structure for councillors and staff be reappointed for the ensuing 12 months. There's no further discussion. I'll put discussion the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair.
I note there is 2 or 3 committees that do not have a councillor on them. I don't suppose that any one's had a change of heart in the last 12 months and might want to go on then.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Mayor. Yes, you're quite right. There is the Temora Women's Network currently doesn't have any councillor reps. We do have a staff representative. The Town Hall Theatre Management Committee has a staff representative in the Director of Environmental Services, and the Temora Arts Centre we don't have. I understand that the Arts Centre manager is on that committee, Madam General Manager, is that right?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Yes, that's been missed. So the staff representative is the Arts Centre manager, yes.
Thank you. So we do have a staff member there, but I'll just ask councillors once more before I put the motion, is there anyone that is able to take on any of those roles? If not, that's at least we are represented by a staff and we can revisit it in 12 months' time. So thanks, Mr Deputy Mayor. I'll put the motion to you. All those of that opinion, please say aye. To the contrary, no. I'll declare the motion carried. And I do thank councillors and the staff that serve on those committees. We know that you're all very, very busy people, but we appreciate your efforts in that regard. Over to page 16, there's no mayoral minute for open council. We then proceed over to page 20, the minutes of council's assets and operations meeting, and the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair, is the chairman.
Mr Mayor, I'll move the report be received.
Thank you. The Deputy Mayor's moved the reports received. Seconded, Councillor Smith. Moved, seconded. All those of that opinion, please say aye. To the contrary, no. Declare the motion carried. Thank you very much. Anything, Mr Deputy Mayor, you wish to highlight in the report as the chairman of the committee?
I guess, Mr Mayor, the one thing that perhaps if there's, well, probably all here will be on the committee meeting, but the LS report on the rabbits, that the LS are putting a program between Temora and Coolman in an area to try and get on top of the rabbits. This has a potential to cost council a bit of money over the next 2 or 3 years, and for this financial year it's basically unbudgeted, but I think it's something we need to look pretty hard at, because a lot of those rabbits are on public land, on the roadway, or not roadways, but on the
reserves.
So I think it's something that's going to be need to keep an eye on, and as I said, it's probably going to cost a bit of money over this period of time.
Thanks, Mr Deputy Mayor. I think we'd all have to agree with you there, and I think that committee recommendation, page 42, is certainly a sound one. Councillors, you have the Assets and Operations Committee report and its recommendations. Is someone prepared to move that they be adopted? Councillor Bushell, you're moving that way. Thank you. Moved. Seconder for the motion. Thank you. The Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair, moved. Seconded. Discussion. There's no discussion. I'll put the motion to you. All those of that opinion, please say aye. The contrary, no. Declare the motion carried. Councillors, before we proceed, I want to particularly just mention in relation to, starting on page 72, 4.4, the review of the development infrastructure deferred payment policy. I just wish to warmly commend the former councillors, the current councillors and the previous staff and current staff for the courage in relation to the implementation of that development infrastructure deferred payment policy. I think the results you can see are exceptional, have the desired effect, and I just wanted to acknowledge all of those involved with that policy. Let us now proceed over to page 126, the minutes of Council's Economic Development Visitations Committee report, and Councillor Judd is the chairman.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I'll move the report be received.
Thank you. Councillor Judd has moved the reports received. Seconded, Councillor Smith. Thank you. Moved. Seconded. All those of that opinion, please say aye. The contrary, no. Declare the motion carried unanimously. Thank you. Councillor Judd, any items you wish to highlight in the report, please?
Most of the items were an update on what's going on. We had the update on funding applications, the air park expansion project, the strategy to attract economic development, proposed land law defence with illicit tobacco, and update on our social and affordable housing projects. So that's money updates on those. Anyone's got any questions?
Thank you very much, Councillor Judd. Any comments or questions? If not, councillors, there is the report and its recommendations there for you to adopt, or if there's an alternate motion. Councillor Judd.
I'll move the committee report be adopted.
Thank you. Councillor Judd has moved the Economic Development Visitations Committee report and recommendations be adopted. Seconder for the motion, please. Councillor Jukic, thank you. Moved, seconded, discussion. There's no discussion. I'll put the motion to you. All those of that opinion, please say aye. To the contrary, no. I declare that motion carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Let's go to page 144, delegates' reports, and thank those councillors that were able to send through delegates' reports. And let's go to the Deputy Mayor. Do you wish to comment, Councillor Sinclair, on your report?
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Mayor. Yes, last Friday, Farming had their open day at the TAIC. It's been a very successful day. I think they had around 150 farmers and or people related to agriculture there. This year they managed to turn on a fine weather compared to the year before, it was pretty wet. I suppose one of the highlights of the day they presented Bernard Hart with life membership. Bernard's been in know him, he's been a real shaker and mover in agriculture for for a lot of years, as long as I can remember, actually the time I've been farming. So and he still does, has quite extensive trial works and so forth on his farm every year, so it was very good to see him receive the life membership.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Mayor. And also, Council congratulates you on being reappointed as the Australia Council Chairman for Temora Shire, the recent annual meeting, and you and I see you've got some new team members, so all the best with that. Councillor Judd, any items you wish to comment on?
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Mayor. I attended the Youth and Aviation Day at the Aerodrome on the 6th of September. It was a great day. Congratulations to Temora Flyers with their chairman Murray Keir and Rob Matthews, especially Rob Matthews, done a great job in organising it. Functions like this need a driver, and Rob's been a great driver of that, and so well done. I noticed a number of times I saw fathers with their sons walking around and going to different tents inquiring about their future in flying, so it's that was the whole day about. But also it's with our council trying to promote our future aviation estates, it's a great reason to get people to come to Temora. And they come to Temora for this, they see what's going on next door, and they said, oh well, spread the word. Great place to come to Temora for to build and to have a hangar. So it was a great day, and congratulations to all those concerned. Yesterday I can represent council at the Riverina Police Awards in Wagga, and I don't know if anyone's been following the story of the tragedy down Pulpunka in Victoria, but it's where a couple of policemen especially jumped into a dark caravan not knowing what's in front of them, and they see come to their end. But anyway, just so happens yesterday there were a couple of sort of bravery awards or medal awards for similar situations in the Riverina, where the police have entered dark buildings not knowing what's in front of them. So it's and in those cases luckily nothing happened, but we have to congratulate on our police, especially for the job they're doing, trying to protect us, and there's a lot of, people out there trying to do the wrong thing, so, unfortunately, the one in Victoria ended in tragedy, but the local ones, they got away with it this time, but you don't know what's around the corner, so well done to our police, and it was great to see that these police been recognised for their bravery. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Councillor Judd, and thank you for representing Temora Shire Council and our community at that important award ceremony. Councillors, other delegates, reports. Councillor Mann.
FarmLink Open Day.
Thank you, Councillor Mann's FarmLink Open Day. I just wanted to touch on, councillors, of course, the civic reception council hosted for our state premier. A thank you to the councillors and senior staff and community representatives that were able to be in attendance. It was a very warm and unique and special occasion, and I was extra proud of our council and community on that occasion when our premier just commented in subsequent days after that ceremony and the Education Fund dinner that night, just how impressed he was with our people and with our community, and particularly impressed when the General Manager and I took him for a quick tour of various bits and pieces. We only had half an hour, but he was blown away, quite literally, with the house hanger blocks initiative. That was something he was completely blown away with, as also the confidence that private developers have in the housing estates as well. And that certainly realised that Temora Shire is doing a fair share of the lifting in terms of the housing offerings. So that was something he was just impressed with, particularly that house hanger arrangement and the developer deferred payment policy. That thought that was very, very impressive as well. So again, I just wanted to acknowledge councillors and staff in our community for being very warm and respectful, and was able to put on the best our best selves in front of our state premier. So again, thank you to all. Further delegates' reports. If not, let us proceed over to page 145. The Mayor's report for August, and there's a recommendation on the bottom of page 149 that the Mayor's report be noted. Thank you. The Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair, has moved that way. Seconded. Thank you, Councillor Mann. Moved. Seconded. Discussion. There's no discussion. I'll put the motion. All those of that opinion, please say aye. The contrary, no. Declare the motion carried unanimously. Thank you. Let's go to page 150, staff reports. A motion to receive staff reports. Thank you, Councillor Bushell. Thank you, Councillor Judd. Moved. Seconded. All those of that opinion, please say aye. Contrary, no. Declare the motion carried unanimously. Thank you. Let's go to page 151, the General Manager's report, 13.1, calendar of events for September. The General Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Probably the one I would like to highlight for the councillors is the Shire Tour of Inspection, which is scheduled for the 2nd of October. Further details will be provided to councillors regarding timing and proposed agenda for the day. We're just working through those details now, but I'm happy to take any questions on anything else on there. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam General Manager. Very important tour. For again, we know everyone's busy, but for those that are able to attend, that would be great. I think we've got 5 starters thus far, hopefully 6. Councillor Smith, you're right. Excellent. Thank you very much. Any other items councillors wish to highlight or tease out in the calendar of events? If not, is someone prepared to move that the calendar of events be noted? Thank you, Councillor Mann. Second, Councillor Irvine, is that a no? Councillor Jukic. Moved, seconded, discussion. There's no discussion. I'll put the motion. All those of that opinion, please say aye. To the contrary, no. Declare that motion carried unanimously. Thank you. Over to page 152, 13.2, the seals for September. The General Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We've just got the one for this month, which is the wrap-up of the termination of the lease that was previously held by the Camper Van and Motor Club of Australia.
Thank you, Madam General Manager. You have the report there, and there's a recommendation to endorse the seal for that for Council to consider. Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair. So move that way. Seconder, thank you, Councillor Mann. Moved. Seconder, discussion. There's no discussion. I'll put the motion. All those of that opinion, please say aye. To the contrary, no. Declare the motion carried unanimously. Thank you. Page 153, 13.3, proposed council meeting dates for 2026 calendar year. The General Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. This is an outline of the dates for the 2026 calendar year. There is a recommendation from council officers that we don't hold a meeting in January. The number of reports that go to the January meeting have been decreasing over time, and believe that we can schedule meeting reports for December and February as required and provide information as requested. Noting though that should we need to call for an extraordinary meeting, that can be called at any time throughout the year. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Madam General Manager. Councillors, the General Manager did discuss that with me, just the proposal of the no January meeting, which of course is highly unusual for Temora Shire. However, based on when you look at the last several years, of course, of reports, they are minimal, and there is that provision to have an extraordinary meeting if it was deemed necessary to do so. So I go to Councillor Bushell discussing the report. Councillor Bushell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I had a little bit of a look at other councils, and there's a lot of other councils that don't have meetings in January, so I don't think we're outside the status quo, so I'm happy to move the recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Bushell. Seconder for the motion. Thank you, Councillor Smith. Moved, seconded, discussion. I go to Councillor Judd to discuss the motion.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor. Question to the General Manager. With extraordinary meetings being called, can DAs handle those meetings?
Thank you, Councillor Judd. We go to question without notice to the General Manager.
Thank you. Through you, Mr. Mayor, I believe that an extraordinary meeting can be called if that was required for a DA, as long as it met the criteria in terms of giving notice in relation to the extraordinary meeting.
Thanks, Madam General Manager. Thank you, Councillor Judd. Further discussion, Councillor Bushell.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I remember the town planner saying that there is lots of days over Christmas and New Year's that eliminate through the process of assessing a DA within a time period. So I think we would be safe to do that anyway. That's my recollection of what the town planner has told us before.
Thanks, Councillor Bushell. I go to the town planner.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Yes, I do confirm with Councillor Bushell that the days between Christmas and New Year do not count at all in terms of the assessment or development application. So that would decrease the available time for council officers to actually assess that application. So if there were a need to be an extraordinary meeting, we could do that. But we would obviously communicate that with council well before that meeting was needed to be called if that were deemed necessary.
Thank you, Madam Town Planner. So, Councillor Judd, you satisfied with the response? Thank you. There's no further discussion on the motion. If not, I'll put that to you. All those of that opinion, please say aye. Aye. To the contrary, no. Declare the motion carried unanimously. Thank you. Let's, anything further of an urgent late nature, Madam General Manager?
Through you, Mr. Mayor, no, there isn't. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's go to page 156, the Engineering Services Department report, 14.1, speed zone change, and that's in the hands of our Executive Manager of Engineering Services. Page 156. You're on. Now.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Yeah, the report is as written and I'm happy to answer questions.
Thank you. Councillor, I go to Councillor Irvine.
So just ask the manager to just confirm that the 70k an hour zones going to be done away with in the second option. Is there any 70k an hour zone remaining in the top option?
Thanks, Councillor Irvine. The question directed to the Executive Manager.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Yeah, there is no option. It's basically they want to remove the 70-kilometre transition zones at either side of Temora and the Burley Griffin Way and go back to 50. They've basically got a policy mandate not to have transitional zones, and information was sent for acknowledgement, not for...
Yeah, for noting.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
it's just-
Councillor Irvine, you have the call.
Just for clarification, on the second report, it just says it goes to the existing 100k an hour change point, whereas the top one doesn't sort of reference that 100k an hour change point. And I was just making sure there wasn't then an additional 70 that hadn't been covered off, you know what I mean? So that's fine. Yeah, just clarification. So I was just going to go 50 to 100 at either side of town.
Okay.
Yep, thank you.
Councillor Irvine. Councillors, you have the report there before you. Okay, you've got to click. Yep. Councillor Judd.
Question to the Executive Manager. In eliminating the 17k signs, would the Traffic Committee in the future have the right to recommend that the 50k's be coming further, closer to town or not?
Thank you, Councillor Judd, the Executive Manager, Engineering Services.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I don't think so. Potentially you could raise it as an issue, but at the end of the day, they have basically 100% delegation to control speed zones, and basically they've done a review and they've got a strict process that they follow around entrances and sight distance and this stuff, and that's where they come up with the locations. I agree that it sees like if you're on the Goldfields Way going into Barm Edmund, it seems like the 50 kilometre zone is a long way out of Barm Edmund, and this might feel the same, but you'll see they always put in their reports that the 500 metres adds a travel time of 10 seconds there. They like to highlight the fact that it doesn't take much time off the travel.
Thank you, Mr Executive Manager. Councillor Judd.
Just a silly comment saying there's more chance to get picked up for speeding, that's all.
You cynic, you. Well, councillors, you have the report there. The recommendation is for council to note the report. Yeah, the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair.
I'll move that way.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair has moved that council note the report. Seconded, Councillor Mann. Thank you. Moved. Seconded. Discussion. Further discussion. If not, I'll put the motion to you. All those of that opinion, please say aye. The contrary, no. Declare the motion carried unanimously. Thank you very much. Anything of an urgent late notice, Mr Executive Manager?
No, Mr Mayor.
No, thank you very much. Let's go to page 158, the Environmental Services Department report, 15.1. Development application DA64-2025, proposed drive-through liquor store 231 Hoskin Street, Temora. The Director.
Declaring a pecuniary interest, Mr Mayor, leaving the meeting and handing over to the Town Planner and General Manager.
Thank you, Mr Director. We defer to the Town Planner.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. So this report presents a development application for a proposed drive-through liquor store. This development, it is permissible with consent in this zone. We received 3 submissions which were raising objections to the development, and there were a number of points raised which are discussed within the body of the report. The applicant in response has provided a detailed reply to the matters of concern that were raised, and council staff are of the opinion that this response has addressed the concerns that were raised. There's a number of conditions of consent that are proposed to be applied to the development as it is recommended for approval for the decision of council. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Town Planner. And just for those listening, we did have that mightn't have heard, we did have a presentation from the proponents, Mr Hurst and Mr Walsh, earlier that addressed council and answered various questions. So we go to Councillor Bushell to discuss the report before us. Councillor Bushell.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to move the recommendation. Thank you.
So Councillor Bushell is moving the recommendation that's on page 174 that council approve development application 64-2025 demolition works and alterations to existing building at 231 Hoskin Street, Temora, to become a drive-through liquor store subject to conditions as listed. So Councillor Bushell has moved that way. Is there a seconder for the motion? Thank you, Councillor Smith. Moved, seconded. Is there discussion? No discussion. Being a planning matter, I'd ask that you show your hands when I put it to the vote. Please, if there's no further discussion. What I find interesting, councillors, is that you'll note what the town planner alluded to, that the applicants did provide a response to those three that made submissions, and no further responses were received. So you would assume, coupled with the advice that Mr Walsh gave, that he directly approached a neighbour that was right next door, which I think was quite the appropriate and decent thing to do. That they seem to be happy is the way that I would interpret the report and what we've heard. So no further discussion. The Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair.
I just think the one thing it's going to do down that corner at the end of the town is tidy up that building. It looks quite shabby. Paintwork's very ordinary. It's been like that for many years. So if nothing else, it's going to make the end of the town just look a bit neater.
Exactly right, Mr Deputy Mayor. Councillor Bushell, further discussion.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I remember going there as a kid when it was owned by Hellmans. So I think they had a little bit of a drive-through process to pick up your groceries at one stage. I can't remember that as a kid. So I think the drive-through is not foreign. So.
No, thank you, Councillor. Well, I do remember the Helmy's country barn and several friends getting kicked out for a week for all sorts of things. But I think, councillors, it's just gives us extra bit of spring in the step when we see development applications before us to consider, and this is another positive one. If there's no further discussion, I will put the motion to you, and again ask you to please show your hands. All those of that opinion, please raise your hands. I declare the motion carried unanimously. And thank you very, very much. Now, thanks, Councillor Bushell. We'll have the Director of Environmental Services invite him back into the chamber. Thanks, Councillor Bushell. Welcome back, Mr Director. During your temporary absence, councillors have considered the development application 64-2025 and Council has approved it unanimously. So let's go over to page 209, 15.2, development application DA 70-2025, proposed hardware business, Ironbark Street, Temora. The Director of Environmental Services.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. This is the DA for effectively a change of use. Very minor alterations proposed to the building, other than cosmetic ones. We put the application on public exhibition with no submissions received. The development seems to tick the boxes in far as traffic and parking, and all other issues are considered fair and reasonable, and with that we are recommending that the development be approved subject to conditions.
Thank you, Mr Director. Councillors, you have the development application before you to consider. Councillor Irvine.
I just want to declare a non-pecuniary interest in this matter because I do supply goods and services to this applicant on occasion, but it's inconsistent on an ad hoc basis.
Thank you, Councillor Evans. So you're declaring a non-pecuniary. Thank you. That's noted. The general manager.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Just in relation to declaring a non-pecuniary interest when it's a business relationship, I just probably would query that and allow Councillor Irvine to consider whether or not it's pecuniary or non-pecuniary in that instance.
Thank you, Madam General Manager. Councillor Irvine, I think it is appropriate for you to perhaps reflect further on the declaration.
I don't consider this matter to be pecuniary as there's nothing on the table at this point in time that I can benefit from. So all I've said is that I have got an existing relationship with this applicant, but that's true of 99% of the businesses in town. So it's just purely a declaration on that basis. There's nothing presented before us for decision today here that I stand to make any profit from at this point in time.
So thank you, Councillor Irvine, for reconsidering. Ultimately, the decision of whether we have a pecuniary interest or otherwise is a matter for us as individual councillors. So Councillor Irvine's been invited to further reflect. I thank the General Manager for the prompt. Councillor Irvine has responded with his position of a non-pecuniary. So I thank the Chamber. Further discussion on the development application DA 70-2025. Councillor Judd.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. Question to the Director. Do the Director think that 20 car parking spaces are adequate for the building, for this type of business? Or?
Thank you, Councillor Judd. Go to the Director.
Yes, we do.
Thank you. Further comments, questions? The Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair.
Thanks, Mr Mayor. I see this as a big bonus for our town. I think it's going to be a great help in attracting people and other business to our shire, and I think it's probably been a long time coming really to have our Mitre 10 store in the town. It's a pretty big bonus. I think to be a lot of other towns probably bigger than Temora would love to have one too. So I'm quite happy to move the recommendation, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Mr Deputy Mayor. So Councillor Sinclair, the Deputy Mayor, has moved the recommendation that Council approve development application 70-2025, alterations to convert an existing retail building to be a retail hardware store at 1 Ironbark Street, Temora, subject to conditions. Is there a seconder for the motion? Thank you, Councillor Irvine has seconded the motion. Moved and seconded. Is there further discussion? No further discussion. Not. Councillor Smith, did you wish? Oh, sorry. Yeah. If there's no further discussion, I will put it. So all those of that opinion, please raise your hands. I declare the motion carried unanimously. And thank you. And again, we congratulate the applicants again on the confidence they're showing in Temora Shire's present and future. Very, very good. Anything and we note that the Town Planner has to take her leave, and thank you, Madam Town Planner. Mr Director, anything of an urgent late nature, please?
Nothing more, Mr Mayor.
No, thank you. Well, you can keep bringing us great reports like that. That's for sure, every month. That's very, very good. And again, from what we've heard from the applicants, they've commended our planning department within the Department of Environmental Services. So, Mr Director, to you, Town Planner and your team, Council, thanks you very much. Now, let's go to page 225. The Administration and Finance Department report, 16.1, office closure for 2025. The Director.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. The report's as written. Happy to take any questions.
Thank you, Madam Director. Councillors, you see the report and recommendation there for Council to consider, and I think that it is a very reasonable request that's being put to Council. Councillor Bushell.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to see that there's been some added days after the commentary I made last year when you guys presented the closure period and offering this, so it's good to see. Staff need a respite process, and especially around this time of year when it's to do with friends and family, so I'm happy to move the recommendation.
Thank you, Councillor Bushell. Very well said. A seconder for the motion, please. Thank you, Councillor Dukic. Moved, seconded. Is there discussion on the motion? If there's no discussion, I'll put the motion to you. All those of that opinion, please say aye. To the contrary, no. I declare the motion carried unanimously. And again, I'd ask the General Manager and the Director to please pass on to all staff involved our warm appreciation. Thank you. Director, do you have anything of a urgent late nature, please?
No, thank you, Mr Mayor.
No, thank you. Councillors, we go over to page 227. Correspondence is nil, business with notice nil, notice of motion nil, a business without notice, any urgent items, business without notice. Now, the Chamber's happy to move on. Thank you. Let's then go to page 228. Councillors' information paper. Motion please to receive the information paper. Thank you. The Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair, Councillor Judd, moved, seconded. All those of that opinion, please say aye. For the contrary, no. Declare the motion carried. Thank you. Thank you very much. Councillors, you have the information paper there before you. Any items that you wish to touch on, comment on, query? Now, Councillor, just one thing that I did want to mention that I'm sure you would be aware, but just how encouraging it is that our New South Wales Premier, Mr Minns, has agreed to Country Mayors Association's proposal of a Premier's Rural Regional Remote Advisory Council. That's something that he did not have to do. The General Manager and I are currently working with the Premier and his department on the terms of reference and the governance documents. So we think this is a really good opportunity, councillors, for the Premier and the current government to learn more about rural, regional, remote New South Wales, and there seems to be a desire to want to learn, listen and bounce policy proposals off as well. So I just think that's worth highlighting because credit where it's due. Further comments on the information paper. Councillor Irvine.
Well, just a comment following on from your words there relative to the relationships with the government and regional communities. It seems to have reached a new low down in Victoria, and there's a real sense of anger and dissatisfaction with the government that's really overflowing down in Victoria due to levies and that they don't see warranted, and infrastructure that's being built through the middle of farms and stuff. So any relationship where the government can understand the wants and needs of the regional people is a worthwhile undertaking.
Thanks, Councillor Irvine, and you're quite right. It's sort of breaks your heart to see what's happening down south, but conversely, again, that doesn't mean we haven't had our disagreements with the Premier and his ministers, but at the same time, at least they're willing to keep their doors open and listen, and I think that's very, very, very important. And Councillor, just also to highlight, you see the correspondence there from Minister Dibb, the Emergency Services Minister for New South Wales, on 266 in response to the letter Council wrote just in relation to, of course, the Rural Fire Service assets. So again, we continue to be optimistic in relation to that, and the New South Wales Treasurer has indicated that. Minister Honig, our local government minister, has indicated that, and indeed many others including the Auditor General. So let's see what happens in that space. The government's supposed to, I think they'll respond by the end of November, is it? Let's hope that our cause for optimism is going to be worthwhile. There's nothing further, councillors. The information paper. If not, could I have a motion, please, that we proceed into closed committee of the whole to consider confidential reports? Thank you. The Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair, has moved that way. Seconder for the motion, please. Seconder for the motion. Thank you, Councillor Mann. Moved, seconded. All those of that opinion, please say aye. Contrary, no. Declare the motion carried unanimously. Thank you, councillors, members of senior staff. We resume back into open council, and I'd invite the General Manager to advise that the following motions have been brought forward from closed session into open council. The General Manager.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. In relation to the minutes of the Assets and Operations Committee held on the 9th of September 2025, it was resolved that the reports and recommendations as presented be adopted. In relation to the minutes of the Economic Development Committee held on the 9th of September 2025, it was resolved that the reports and recommendations as presented be adopted. And I'll let you talk to the next one, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Madam General Manager. In relation to the General Manager's annual performance review for period ending 30th of June 2025, on the motion of the Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair and Councillor Judd, it was resolved that Council 1. Note the mayoral minute, which includes the General Manager's performance review panel's position following the annual review for 2024-2025. 2. Endorse the 2025-2026 performance agreement. 3. Note the 3.5% mandatory SORT increase to the General Manager's total remuneration package. 4. Endorse the one-off payment of a bonus equal to 1.5% of the total remuneration package in recognition of the excellent performance of the General Manager. And that motion was carried unanimously with, of course, the General Manager, directors and staff vacating the chamber. General Manager.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Further, it was resolved that Council cease business as soon as practicable with the registered business entity identified within the report due to breaches of G3 procurement policy, G15 statement of business ethics and Council's code of conduct. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Thank you, Madam General Manager. Would someone please formally adopt those motions? Thank you, Deputy Mayor, Councillor Sinclair. Seconder, Councillor Dukic. Thank you. Moved. Seconded. All those of that opinion, please say aye. To the contrary, no. I declare the motion carried unanimously. Thank you. Councillors, no other further urgent general business? If not, I do thank you very, very much for your attendance and for your input, and I declare the meeting closed. Thank you.